And we say good morning to you. We are broadcasting live on the road today. We are here at Chick-fil-A in Johnson City on People Street, Tim Birchfield store, ready to roll on a show number 2532. We're clicking them off on this 15th day of July, celebrating the birthday of one of the all-time great singers. Cannot sing anymore because of Parkinson's disease, but Linda Ronstadt having a birthday today. She's 80. Also, Jesse Ventura, the wrestler and former governor of Minnesota, 75, and a really good broadcaster in our craft and our trade would be Mike Shannon, who played baseball for the Cardinals and now the part of the radio broadcast team of the Cardinals for many, many years. Mike Shannon's 87. And those are the birthdays here again on this Wednesday, July the 15th. Come on by and have lunch with us. If you can't come in to eat, come in and pick it up. Go through the two-lane drive-through or on your phone. Chick-fil-A One, put it on your app on the phone and order that way and accrue points, and you'll ultimately get free food from Chick-fil-A here in Johnson City on People Street. So lots going on. The All-Star game last night was from a baseball game, was a good one. From the fans' appeal, probably not so much. Wasn't a whole lot of offense, but a whole lot of good pitching. We're talking about it. And the old adage is true, good pitching will stop good hitting in every day. And so we'll talk about that. We've got some NASCAR news here at North Wilkesboro this weekend. We got the World Cup going on today. Messier against England, Argentina and England at 3 o'clock at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. Messier has never played against England when it's counted, so it's his first look at the English team to see who's going to play in the championship on Sunday in New Jersey. So lots going on. Andrew Smith is going to join us coming up here in a few minutes as we get ready to start the second half of the season. The Braves will open up against the Texas Rangers and Evan Carter tomorrow, or rather Friday night in Atlanta. Bryce Elder will go for the Braves, and Jacob deGrom will counter for the Texas Rangers. So Rangers open up after the second half of the season with Evan Carter. The Braves at Chicago and back home against Seattle. That's a pretty big 9-game stretch coming out of the gate to start the second half of the season. 3 in Atlanta, 3 in Chicago against the White Sox in first place in the Central. Then they'll go back home and battle the Mariners head-to-head in the AL West. So they've got to work it out for them, and it's that time heading down not the home stretch. We got a lot of baseball left, but we play all the way to the end of September. But things become a little bit more serious now, starting wild card, and of course the trade deadline's on August the 4th, so they're starting to look and see all the teams, not just the Rangers. We're going to sell, we're going to buy, what we're going to do. So anyway, that's what's going on. National anthem, here we go. Let's get it going as we work our way through this Wednesday. We'll take a look at the All-Star game right out of the chute, and let's see what we got here for the national anthem. How about, could we? Yes, Jennifer Nettles, Bring It on the Tom Taylor Sports.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
My name is Michael Vance, Vice President of Advanced Heat Pump Systems. Advanced Heat Pump Systems has been open and providing service for over 35 years. The services we provide are installation and service of home heating and cooling systems. Our company's goal is to provide quality service for our customers. The reason you should hire Advanced Heat Pump Systems is because we offer a dependable, quality, trained technician to service your heating and air conditioning.
And back at the Tom Nolan Sports Show. Thanks for being with us. Here we are live at Chick-fil-A in Johnson City on this. Going to be a hot one. Low 90s today. I love it. No ice, no storms, no winter storm warnings, no school cancellations, all that garbage. So, of course, school's not back in yet, but so that gives you an idea. Not quite there yet, ready to roll. So, but it is. It'll be here before you know it. Saw where the president's trying to get the daylight savings time. Hope that goes through. I think that'd be great. So, all right. So here we go. Let's take a look at what's going on last night in the All-Star game. 4-0 final. American League shut them out for the 96 All-Star game. Played last night, as you know, in Philadelphia. A lot of the fans left. It was interesting. Late in the game, they realized the Nationals couldn't do it, so they headed home. By the end of the game, the place was half empty. American League has won 11 out of the last 13 and 23 out of the last 29. They've dominated, although the Nationals still have a slight edge. 49-45 all-time, favored by the National League in the All-Star game, but last night, not much. Dominated by pitching. American League held the National League to 3 singles and 2 walks. That's it. It was a ho-hummer. The Phillies, the hometown team, their guys combined with 0 for 5. They did not allow a runner to reach second base last night. 3 hits, the second fewest in All-Star game history. And, you know, you obviously put players on these teams that was offensive minded. And yet the pitching shut them down. They struck out 15 National Leaguers last night, did the American League staff. Dylan Cease kind of set the stage. He struck out 3 in the first inning, struck out to the side. So Cody Bellinger's 2 RBI single in the first inning, enough to give him the All-Star Game MVP honors. So bases loaded first inning, 2 Yankees. Cody Bellinger and Ben Rice came through with RBI singles. They never looked back. Miguel Vargas hit a home run late in the game. Bellinger and Rice, the first set of teammates to drive in at least 3 runs in the first inning of the All-Star game since Joe Morgan, the late Joe Morgan, and George Foster did it for the Big Red Machine back in 1977. Interesting stat. And the Phillies combined Schwarber, Marsh, and Bryce Harper 0 for 3 last night with 4 strikeouts. Did not do much at all. American League pitchers combined for 15 strikeouts. Again, from a baseball game standpoint, it was very interesting. From a fan standpoint, no, not so much. Juan Soto, Pete Crow Armstrong, and Otto Lopez had the only hits in the game. They struck out 15 times. The American League struck out 12 times. So Mike Trout 0 for 3 last night, All-Star game. So really wasn't much. And the fans thought that. They left early. So anyway, that's what happened there. So they scored 3 in the top of the first and never looked back and won it 4-0 in a shutout performance. Everybody travels today, and you get one more day off. They travel tomorrow, I should say. And they crank back up on Friday. Busy weekend. The Braves will have the Rangers in town. I told you Texas will open up out of the break. They'll have Texas. We'll have the Braves for 3 in Atlanta. They'll go to Chicago and battle 3 at the front-running White Sox and go back home and play 3 with the Mariners, who are battling them in the American League West. So they got a big 9-game stretch coming out of the gate for the Texas Rangers and Evan Carter. All right, Rock Chalowski from the amateur draft last night, a record-breaking $10 million signing bonus. Now, Andrew's here. We're going to get him on here in a second. So the owners are yapping about they can't afford to pay these guys these prices. So tell me why the Sam Hill they would agree to pay this kid $10 million. It's a record-breaking signing bonus, but we don't have any money. So the players' argument kind of stands because if you don't have any money, then how can you dole out, in this case, the White Sox, $10 million this kid on signing bonus? It breaks the mark previously of $9 million by Chase Burns back in 2024. Shortstop out of UCLA, so he's the top pick, and the White Sox hand him a check for $10 million of signing bonus. $10 million for a kid that's, 21, 22 years old? $10 million? It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. And totally irrational. Because then you come on the heels of that, the owners say, well, we can't afford to pay these guys these prices. Okay. Well, the White Sox front office blew it out of the water, paid this kid $10 million just to sign his name. Roch, R-O-C-H, Chalowski. So there you go. So, by the way, we'll be at the Crazy H Road Race on Saturday night. MCing that. Looking forward to being a part of that. Somebody asked me yesterday, who is the entertainment next week? The concerts at Fun Fest. Haven't heard much about them. On Thursday next week, Jeremy Camp and Katie Nicole. Next Friday night is Daughtry. Hope I'm saying it right. And Switchfoot. Then on Saturday will be Brothers Osborne and Leanne Rhymes. That's your concert lineup for Fun Fest starting Thursday, Friday, Saturday of next week. So there you go. Jeremy Camp, Katie Nicole on Thursday, Daughtry and Switchfoot on Friday, Brothers Osborne and Leanne Rhymes on Saturday. There's your lineup for Fun Fest for next week. All right, quick break. Andrew Smith in the house. We're going to put him to work. He gonna earn his lunch today, and he'll do a wonderful job. And he'll join us right after this break from one of our great sponsors, Duck Crossing Antique Store on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. On our buddy Misty Counts, owner of Duck Crossing here in downtown Elizabethton. Springs and summer's right around the corner. Why come shopping at Duck Crossing in downtown Elizabethton?
Because we've got everything you could ever dream of. We have 3 floors with over 50 different vendors. We have a great selection. We have more than 75% of our items are vintage, which are 25 years or older. So we are an antique mall, but we specialize in vintage items and things that take care of vintage items like our cleaning supplies and things like that. We have clothes, we have jewelry, we have a little bit, like I said, of everything.
Yep, and you do. Hours are open?
We're open through the week, 11 to 5:30, Monday through Friday. Saturdays, we're open 10 to 6.
Closed on Sundays.
Closed on Sundays.
How do we find you on social media?
We're on Facebook at Duck Crossing Elizabethton, Instagram at Duck Crossing Antique, and on TikTok.
3 floors, over 50 vendors. Be loyal. Buy local. Buy it in downtown Elizabethton.
Yes.
Duck Crossing Antique Store, one of our proud sponsors of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
Hey, it's your girl Mayani. A little thing that I love about the Chick-fil-A Cobb salad is the chicken. Literally, the nuggets, they smack. When you put those nuggets in the salad, it just brings the salad to life. I'll give it a 10 out of 10.
Hi, I'm Jasmine. And a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A market salad is that the chicken is super juicy and the apples can be a little tangy, also a little sweet as well. So there's just a ton of different flavors. It's just so good.
Back in the Tom Taylor Sports Show, look who stopped by. We're glad he did. Our buddy Andrew Smith, sports writer, Johnson City Press. Love having this guy on, and you do too. Get positive comments about him all the time. So glad he's here. And so we're at Chick-fil-A on People Street in Johnson City. And this is my favorite Chick-fil-A and JC. There's 2 of them. We come here all the time because of those 2 kids right there, Connie Larimer and Tim Birchfield, while we come here. So, all right. So you watched the All-Star. First off, good morning. Thanks for coming. What we got on today?
Titans hat.
Titans hat. All right. Think a little football today. So, All-Star game last night. You watched it. American League won it 4-0. Your thoughts of the game, sir?
A lot of really good pitching. It's kind of the main takeaway. I believe I saw the stat last night that the American League broke the most strikeouts in a 9-inning game for
15.
the All-Star game with 15.
Yep.
Everybody that came out had it. So yeah, it's, if you're someone who's kind of more of an old school fan, kind of appreciates that. I'm sure you enjoyed getting to see all that, but I think for the casual audience, it probably wasn't great. we saw all of one extra base hit last night. It was the 8th inning homer by Miguel Vargas.
Yep.
So, casuals might not like it. I didn't mind it too bad. I thought Philly overall did a pretty solid job hosting the event. I think Atlanta did a little bit better last year, but Philly certainly did well. But yeah, it was a cool event. It's always my favorite All-Star event of the Big Four sports.
Yep.
It feels most like a true game. So yeah, I thought it was cool. Cool to see some. I think Cody Bellinger won game MVP last night. I think they asked him after the game, "He's like, do you think your 2-run single in the first was hold up to win the award?" He said, "Honestly, no, but given how well everybody threw the ball, it worked out." So, but yeah, fun night there in Philly last night.
Absolutely. 4-0, 27 strikeouts combined between the two teams. Dylan Cease, I kind of felt like he set the table. He struck out the first inning, and it kind of, I think it sent a signal. Of course, Cease is up for the Cy Young Award and a pretty strong contender in the American League, and proved it last night. They batted Sanchez around a little bit in the first inning. That's where they got all their runs. So Cody Bellinger, the MVP. So, I get it. It was a homer from the fan standpoint. But again, it goes back to that same old cliche we talk about in sports all the time. Good pitching will stop good hitting every night, every day. And that's what happened last night. The pitchers, and you would think, again, looking at the talent on the field for the National League, that somebody besides, Pete Armstrong and Lopez, and who's the other guys? One of them had a base hit. Only had 3 hits for Lopez and Strong and, or not Strong, Pete Armstrong. I got it right here. I was trying to do it from memory. But anyway, you would think get a little bit more firepower from the guys they had on the field, but they didn't.
Yeah, no, and you'd expect it a little bit more. Guys like Schwarber and Harper in their home building. Freddie Freeman, Matt Olson, guys that have done it for a while. But hey, good pitching. It's when guys are dotting it up like it seems like everybody was last night. It's hard to do much with it.
So you don't see Yamamoto, you don't see Chris Sale, you don't see, of course, Mizorowski. He's got arm fatigue. Chase Burns, Paul Skeens, any of those guys you didn't see some of the big name guys last night, you would think.
Which, credit to the guys that did throw for the most part in the NL. They still threw it well.
There it is. Juan Soto.
Wrobleski gave up the home run. Otherwise, it was all very strong from the NL still, too. But, yeah, the AL guys just had it. And I will say this. You mentioned Chris Sale not throwing. As a Braves fan, honestly, I didn't mind it.
Mhm.
Chris has been there. He's done it before. Not too upset to not see him throw. Make sure he's good and well rested for the second half. But cool to see Raisel Iglesias throw, though. He threw get one little bleeder hit, but otherwise threw well. So that was cool to see.
So Juan Soto was the other guy. Pete Crow Armstrong and Otto Lopez had the only hits of the game for the National League last night, again losing 4-0. Everybody gets one more day off, although a lot of them are traveling back to the ballparks. The Mets and the Phillies start tomorrow night, but everybody else starts on Friday night, including the Braves at home against Evan Carter and the Texas Rangers. I would think it's kind of like the second half of a football game or a basketball game. First couple of games come out of the break, I think, really set the tone for the rest of the second half of the season. Having said that, it's Bryce Elder against Jacob deGrom on Friday night. I think it's a big series of both teams.
I think it is too. You look the Braves, trying to fend off the Phillies. After they got as hot as they did in June, the first half of July here, and that the NL East is a race. And you look on the other side of things, Texas right in the thick of the AL West hunt. Pardon me. So, definitely a big series for both teams. Both teams want to get off to a good start and kind of get momentum rolling for a second half where both teams are trying to chase down a division championship.
I think it's big for both, and I said before we got here, the Rangers will open up with 3 in Atlanta, 3 in Chicago against the White Sox as a front runner in the Central, and then they'll go back home, play 3 against the Mariners right in the middle of that 3-horse race with the Mariners and the Astros and the Rangers. So Texas will come out of the gate. It's a big 9 games to start the second half of the season. American League East, it's right now the Yankees in Tampa Bay. The Red Sox have won 9 in a row right before the break, so the wild card, they're in the hunt for the wild card now. So 2-horse, maybe a 3-horse race. The Orioles have won 7 out of 10 going into the break. So things are heating up in the East. Who do you like there?
I like Tampa Bay. I love the way this Rays team plays. They're bringing back small ball, bunts, stolen bases, productive outs. It's cool to see, and they've been really good at it. So, I think that's something that definitely plays well over 162 game sample size. You're still kind of worried about the health a little bit of the Yankees. When is Judge going to come back? How will he look when he comes back? He's going to be out, by the time he gets back, a few months. It's not easy to just hop right back in it and, not saying Judge can't do that, but that's a difficult thing to do. So I like Tampa Bay to potentially win that division. They've been very consistent throughout this whole year.
Central Division, you got Chicago and Cleveland right there neck and neck, and Minnesota now bearing down on them. The Twins playing great baseball heading into the break, so it's kind of a three-horse race right now. And I wouldn't say it's a soft division, but it's not really a glamorous division per se. But the White Sox have proven that they're for real. They're not going away.
Yeah, no, this is a White Sox team that's been a really fun story this first half. I did not have the expectation that they'd be at the top of the division at the break, but here they are. And, my biggest question with the White Sox is their pitching. I think they've got a strong enough lineup to continue to contend, but can they get, enough contributions from the mound to win this division? And because of that, I'm leaning Cleveland to win that division. I think Chicago probably gets a wild card spot. But I think the pitching question mark is enough for me to still be a little bit hesitant on the White Sox winning the Central.
Really? So you're going to go with, interesting, we'll go with the Guardians to win the division. All right. So then in the West, we talked about it. Mariners, Rangers, Astros are now caught fire. They're right there in the thick of things. So who do you like in that one?
For me, it's hard to go against Seattle's pitching. Their lineup has struggled. That's why they are where they're at. But, I think ultimately they'll have enough pitching to win that division. I think Texas probably makes the playoffs as a wild card team. I like what that Texas team has. But, for me, you look at the run the Mariners went on in the playoffs last year. It's hard for me to not believe they have at least a little bit in the tank to at least make it back to the dance and to do it as a division champion. But, that'll be a fun race between Seattle, Houston, and Texas.
Will be. A lot of good baseball going down the stretch in the second half in the National League. Of course, your Braves getting chased down and almost caught now by the Phillies. The Phillies and the Marlins
The
are
Marlins
right there,
are right there, too. People forget about the Miami Marlins, the Fish, who've both Florida teams are really playing kind of a similar brand of baseball. A lot of contact, a lot of speed, good defense. They're fun to watch. I think the Braves still win the division. For me, it's hard to see. You look, the Phillies have, I think, a -1 run differential in the first half of the season. They're like 10 games above 500. I don't know how sustainable that is. I could be proven wrong. It could end up working in the second half. I just don't know how their luck in one-run games and all of this continues for another 70-ish games, 60, 70 games. I don't think it's going to be easy. I think the Braves still have question marks in their starting rotation. But I think that the law of averages, I guess, for the Phillies will kind of start to even itself out, and I think the Braves will hold on, probably narrowly, but hold on to win the division.
So the Tariq School sweepstakes are live here at Chick-fil-A in Johnson City, talking to our buddy Andrew Smith, sports writer, Johnson City Press, Kingsport Times News. The Tariq School sweepstakes. Somebody's going to get him. He's a free agent. You'll get him for 2 months, and then he can re-sign with Detroit or whomever. Do the Braves go after him?
I'd have to see it to believe it. It just does not seem like the type of move Alex Anthopoulos would normally make. He would absolutely be a fantastic addition to the team, but I just don't foresee the Braves making that kind of move. And I'll be honest, with how compressed and honestly kind of mediocre most of the American League has been, the Tigers hadn't had a great first half. I still think they might try and keep him to make one last push. I think that's possible. Try and maximize the window of you having him, because I'll be honest, I'm not super confident the Tigers are able to re-sign him come this winter.
Yep.
But with that comes two schools of thought. Do we sell him and try and get something for him because we know we'll lose him, or we have him for 2 more months? Let's try and maximize our last little bit of our window with him. I think they'll do the latter just because of how tight the American League is. Now, come the first week of August, they might have went on losing 8 out of 10 and kind of be out of the picture and decide to trade him at the end of the day. But I think as it stands right now, I think they're willing to ride it out and make one last push.
We're here live talking to Andrew at Chick-fil-A in Johnson City on this. Going to be a hot one, low 90s today here in the area. So the heat index is going to be above that, so we're going to be outside. What's the old adage? Be sure and hydrate yourself a lot. Don't do a whole lot between now and 4 o'clock. It's the peak heat day, peak heat time of the day, I should say. And then also don't wear black or something dark because it will not reflect the heat. It'll absorb the heat. So this is not your day to go out in a black sweatshirt and mow the yard. So
No, sir.
or a black T-shirt and mow the yard. You go to the Central Division. Brewers, nothing fancy, just playing, as always, rock-solid Brewer baseball. They lead it. Cubs are there. Cardinals are there. What do you think about the Central?
I think that it's the Brewers division to lose. They are just a consistent machine of an organization. They don't do it flashy. They don't go out and sign all the big name free agents. They just go, they develop, they make smart trades, and it works out for them. And, I think that that's kind of where they're at again now. And, it's going to be tough for me to see with how inconsistent the Cubs have been in the first half, with how kind of up and down the Cardinals have been, to see anybody catching them. I like Milwaukee to win this division.
In the West?
It's the Dodgers.
Dodgers.
It's very ho-hum. For the first, week and a half, maybe close to a few weeks of the season, it looks like it might be an interesting race. It's not.
If they get Scooble, which they said they're going to go after him, just hand him the trophy.
I punt.
Yeah.
I punt on the year. It's
Just hand him the trophy.
Yeah,
I know that sounds defeatist, but
it's like I think the Braves are a good team and can compete, but like that's just an absurd amount of talent to have on a 26-man roster.
yeah.
It already is, but you add the reigning
Scooble.
AL Cy Young to the mix. And it's even more so.
We'll take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll switch gears. We'll take a look at some college football. The University of Michigan got a whole lot of problems going on up there. Also, we'll take a look at the NBA, the Kawhi Leonard deal going around. It's got a big trade on hold between the Raptors and the
Clippers.
Thank you, LA Clippers. Take a look at that. Got some high school. Take a look at all that right after this break. Let him catch his breath on the Tom Bailey Sports Show live at Chick-fil-A in Johnson. Brumman Sports Shop in downtown Elizabeth with your favorite school's T-shirts, polos, or hoodies. They can put your school, church, or company's logo on lots of different styles of hats, including Nike and Richardson and now Travis Matthew. Windbreakers, sublimated shirts, pullovers, koozies. They can order for any area school and your favorite team. Dry fit sleeveless hoodies, Nike dry fit T-shirts, women's and toddler sizes. You can order any uniform for any sport, including the pants or shorts from Brumman Sports Shop. And they always have a clearance rack to save you money. Plaques, trophies, medals, and ribbons, and all the engraving is done in-house. And they offer hard-to-find Letterman jackets of your favorite school for guys, ladies, and now elementary and middle school athletes too. And they offer all the different sports patches as well. Brumman Sports Shop, downtown Elizabeth, and Facebook, Instagram, website, BrummanSportsShop.com, phone 542-2321, Brumman Sports Shop in downtown Elizabethton. Back on the Tom Bailey Sports Show, we are live here again at Chick-fil-A and wolfing down that peach milkshake. Set you free. Good stuff. Now, you're an NBA guy. Before we get into Kawhi Leonard, all right, so LeBron's going on about when he's going to make the decision, how he's going to make all this fanfare, blah, 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 blah. So, where's he going? What do you think? Cavaliers going to the Warriors? Is he going to go back to the Lakers? No, he's telling me he's not going back.
He's not going. That's the one place I'm pretty confident he's not going is back to the Lakers.
All right, what do you think?
I don't know. The longer this drags out, the less I have a feel for it. When it first broke that he wouldn't be coming back, I thought he'd be going to the Warriors. That's still very much a possibility. I could very easily see him go back to Cleveland, maybe even Philly. Who knows? But yeah, I don't have a great feel on where LeBron is going next. I'll be honest.
Do you care where he's going next?
A little bit.
Okay.
It doesn't consume my day-to-day life or anything, but I am
Amen.
interested where he goes again. If for no other reason than I'd like to see him stay away
Thank you.
from the Eastern Conference because that's where my team plays.
Yeah.
And I have over a decade of watching him torture my team, whether it be in Miami or Cleveland. So, see him far away from the Eastern Conference. I would appreciate it just to not trigger any PTSD.
Spurs?
I mean, doesn't seem. I wouldn't put him as the favorite, but I wouldn't be that shocked if he ends up in San
Yeah.
Antonio. I'd put him probably 4th or 5th in the race.
NBA Commissioner Adam Silver says he hopes this investigation in Kawhi Leonard will go away before the season starts. The NBA instructed a law firm in September to investigate allegations that Clippers funneled money to Leonard through a $28 million endorsement deal with the now bankrupt green banking company Aspiration. So Silver attributed the length of the investigation to legal complications, including dealing with bankruptcy courts because this company went out of business, and reluctant witnesses that don't want to come forward and talk about it. So, what's the latest? What do you think? What's going on, and how you see it's going to play out?
Basically, this whole thing comes down to salary cap circumvention, a way for the Clippers to pay Kawhi Leonard because the Clippers owner, Steve Ballmer, was a part owner in Aspiration.
Right.
So, it's salary cap circumvention to pay Kawhi without going against the team books, but taking care of your guy. So, that's kind of what it comes down to. Obviously, the league very much does not want to see that happen.
Was it murky? Is it illegal? I mean, does it look a little
But
shady?
it looks shady because the idea of it was it's an endorsement deal,
Mhm.
right? Kawhi's going to endorse this company that while Steve Ballmer has ties to, theoretically he's free to kind of endorse whoever he wants to endorse.
Okay.
And the only qualm with it came, he didn't really have to do anything as part of the endorsement deal, right?
Free and easy money?
Yeah, no, it's like he didn't have to go, be a part of an ad campaign or make any really social media posts.
Just gave him
or
money.
Just kind of gave him money to promote the company, which
Gotcha.
I think he technically maybe did one thing. Maybe. It might have been like an Instagram story or something. I think. I'd have to go back and reread the whole story. But it certainly wasn't a massive thing that you would typically associate an endorsement deal of millions and millions of dollars with just for one post or sort of thing.
So it smells a little bit.
It definitely has a little fishy sort of smell to it. Obviously, the bankruptcy court kind of adds an extra layer to it, as Adam Silver said. So, I don't know what's exactly going to come out of it. It doesn't look great for either Kawhi or the Clippers, but we shall see how this all unfolds. I don't have a great feel for where this ends.
He covers Tennessee football. We'll get his take on that coming up here in a few minutes because they're getting closer to fall practice starting. Now, in Michigan, we got problems. Ward Manuel, they're going to sit down tomorrow and let him know, the University of Michigan, whether they're going to keep him or not. They got a meeting where the Michigan leaders are expected to receive the findings of an investigation into the culture of the Wolverines athletic department. It sounds like he's going to take one for the team here. They said they had a lawsuit on Monday. They had a lawsuit come out yesterday by Chris Partridge, a former member of the coaching staff, who says the sign stealing scandal back in 2023, everybody above him knew about it, and everybody swept it in the carpet, said, make it go away. Then on Monday, young lady who had the affair with, not the alleged affair, but the affair.
We have confirmed basically
Yeah,
that
they
affair
did.
happened with
This-
Sharon Moore.
This is not tabloid. She did. She came out with Sharon Moore and had an affair with him. So she's suing University of Michigan because she said they released too much information about her privacy. That's one of the things. And his punishment was not severe enough, which I would agree. $1,000 and probation after what he did, broke into her house and all that. I understand why she'd be upset about that. But anyway, point being to the story, Ward Manuel was at the top of the leaderboard or top of the totem pole athletic department since 2016. He knew about all this. And so now Board of Regents says something, they're getting something smells a little fishy. They're going to sit down tomorrow and release his findings. I say to let him go. He's already talking about taking an early retirement. 4 years left on his contract. He's been there since 2016. Michigan's got a lot of problems off the field. What's your take on all this, sir?
Yeah, no, you absolutely have a case in terms of the culture of Michigan athletics. Not very good. It winning at times, national championship football, winning in basketball with Dusty May, but at what cost? And the culture there it's permeated not a good way. You think about the sign stealing scandal, Jerome Moore's affair, other things that have kind of been rumored about. It's not a great look for athletic department for a school to have these sorts of things here. Having Dusty May bolt, which granted for the NBA you kind of get it in some respects, but still not a great look. Yeah, I would not be shocked at all if we look tomorrow and Ward Manuel is no longer the athletic director at Michigan.
So I thought that was one of the biggest things of the whole story is Dusty May wins the national championship, has a lot of horses back next year to repeat or make another run. And he, as you said, and you said it right, he bolted for the NBA, the Dallas Mavericks, left them basically high and dry. They elevated the assistant coach, Mike Boynton, to full-time status on Monday, as a matter of fact. And so I thought that was the biggest statement out of everything, was that the head coach who won a championship had everything going his way to have the horses to repeat for next year, up and leaves the program for the NBA and the Dallas Mavericks. So it's interesting to say the least. So my question is asked Joseph yesterday on the show, as a football player in Michigan, do you pay any attention to all this off the field stuff? Can you focus and not take its toll on the team to focus on what's going on for the upcoming season?
I think that it's hard to do, especially in the day and age of social media, being able to see anything basically. But I think that they'll be able to kind of put it to the side, right? You think this isn't something directly with the football program, that's something a little bit higher. Everything's kind of done past with the Jerome Moore stuff now. You've got a new guy in there. Things have changed, right? You got new players in, everything. So I think it'll be easier to do from a football perspective. But, it's certainly not a great look if you're a member of that program to have that be, kind of associated with you in the athletic department as a whole. But I think they'll be able to kind of compartmentalize. There we go. Found the word I was looking for. Kind of what's going on there with Ward Manuel and the athletic department as a whole, and opposed to kind of what they have to do to get ready for a football season.
Hello, Jonathan Morton. Hello, Judy Townsend. Hello, Floyd Nave. Some of the folks watching. So you have Monday. Let's see, was it Monday? Yeah, Monday we came out. There's 24 folks in Ohio suing the NCAA. So now another one came out today. 11 Division I athletes. Basketball standout Kay Tyson being one of those, has filed a federal class lawsuit in Colorado alleging the NCAA's new eligibility rules have adversely affected their ability to extend their college career and the NIL benefits, which is what this is all about. All comes back to the money. NCAA recently announced an eligibility rule change that grants all athletes 5 years to compete, but did not grant athletes who exhausted their eligibility in the 2025-2026 campaign one more extra season. These guys and ladies saying, well, you're robbing us of an extra year, so we're going to sue. So if successful, the federal lawsuit could essentially nullify the NCAA's new eligibility rules, throw it out the window because it has no teeth, for a massive pool of athletes across all sports who would then be allowed to enter the transfer portal and extend their careers. What do you say?
The biggest winner continues to be in all of college athletics. No coach, no athletic department, but billable hours.
The attorneys?
The attorneys and their billable hours win again.
That's a great point.
I would hate to see the total bill of billable hours over the course of the past 7 months for all these various lawsuits. In terms of this case, I don't know. Obviously, the kids feel like they've been robbed of, hey, why didn't you extend this 5 and 5 for us that just exhausted their 4th year? For those kids, I kind of get it. I do feel for them a little bit, but at this point, I'm gonna be shocked when someone doesn't sue the NCAA for eligibility purposes.
You
Yeah, it's everywhere. It makes my head hurt. I'm ready to just spot the ball and play again.
you wonder where they come up with the money to fight. I mean, they got lawsuits popping up everywhere. The NCAA's in multiple lawsuits. We just mentioned 3.
Yeah.
There's more out there. So
Yeah, which obviously the NCAA is a ginormous thing. They have their own lawyer team, law teams and whatever. So it's not necessarily there. But I think with the class actions, like you seeing here in Colorado, it's a little bit easier for these kids, especially if maybe have made a little bit of money, already, to kind of put a little bit toward one lawyer, right? Fighting on behalf of everybody. But yeah, it's another week, another lawsuit for the
Yeah.
NCAA.
pretty much. So you look at Tennessee football. Everybody's getting ready to start fall camp here pretty soon. Getting ready for the season, right around the corner. So, from a Tennessee football standpoint, what are you hearing right now?
Yeah, right now it's kind of still quiet,
Quiet,
which you kind of expect it to be. And honestly, at this point, no news is not the worst news. Obviously, all eyes are going to be on the starting quarterback battle between Faison Brandon and George McIntyre. And, I think the longer this goes on, which it's going to go for at least a few weeks into fall camp for nothing else, the more you look at Faison Brandon as kind of the potential favorite in this thing even. It's you kind of expected going into winter ball that, hey, Mac's been here for a year. He didn't start or play a ton, but he's been in the program for a year. You kind of keep him as the favorite, and he certainly still has a chance to go win this job. But the longer that Faison Brandon has kind of made this a real competition, the more you think Josh Heupel is just gonna kind of lean on the young true freshman, let him kind of figure it out as he goes, and obviously that's kind of where the main talking point's going to be. Obviously, media days will be in Tampa next week. I'm sure Josh Heupel will get probably about 25 different questions about his starting quarterback. So, yeah, tis talking season, as Coach Spurrier would say.
So they're making a big deal about McIntyre's weight. He's put on weight, which they said he was too skinny and too willowy to take a pounding to SEC. So he has bulked up a little bit, not a lot, but he's bulked up some. So if you were the man saying, come Furman Paladin football on that Saturday, who would you think would be the starting quarterback if you were a betting man?
I think it's probably going to be Faison Brandon. I do. I think that there's enough talent there to where he'll end up winning this job. Now, would I be stunned at all if George McIntyre is the man taking the first snap against Furman for Labor Day weekend? No, not at all. He very much is still alive in this competition. There's no reason to think he isn't, but I think Heupel will lean with the new kid and Brandon and see what he's got, at least to start with.
Some of the people I've been going around asking about picking the record, where do you think they're going to end up? I've had 4-8. I've had 5-7. I've had 6-6. I've had 7-5. Had one step out and say 8-4. There's a lot of wiggle room there.
It's that's kind of the thing, right? When you've got a new quarterback coming in, especially a young quarterback, it's hard to project that. In terms of a win-loss record. Now, I think that whoever's stepping in has a pretty good support system around them right now. I think the offensive line is in a pretty good spot. You've got Deshaun Bishop as your lead back, who had, a 1,000-yard rusher last year, really came on last year, and you've got two really strong receivers in Mike Matthews and Braylon Staley. I think that there's enough there that, I don't see the bottom completely falling out and them going 4-8. I don't necessarily see that. I don't know what the upside of this team is. It could be 9-3, 10-2. It could be 8-4. I don't know, but I think that between the pieces on the offensive side of the ball, and I like a lot of what the defense has right now, I don't think the bottom's falling out. I think that you're kind of gonna have to win games the way you did 2 years ago when you went to the playoff, leaning on that defense, leaning a little bit more on that run game. But I do think it worked. It can work at the very least. So, yeah, it's that's the thing about the young quarterback. It's hard to project.
It is indeed. And so we can sit there and speculate all day long, but it'll be soon enough. It'll actually be determined on the field. So, but I don't hear anybody, and I'm not looking for this. I'm not trying to get the guy fired, but I don't hear anybody saying, well, he better do it this year or else. I don't hear any hot seat talking about Heupel. And it's
Not
his sixth season.
not quite now. They get off to a rough start. It'll ramp up. That's just how this fan base is.
What's your definition of a rough start? You open up with Furman, you go to Georgia Tech, come
I
back
think
to Cal State.
if after let's see here, I'll go if they start 2-2, they lose to Georgia Tech, they lose to Texas. You'll start to hear some murmurings from the fan base.
Mhm.
If they go 3-1, especially, I think they'll be fine. Obviously, 4-0 is a fantastic start, but I think if they go 2-2 or worse, which I don't foresee because you've got Furman and Kennesaw State in that first month. But I think 2-2, you start to hear some rumblings from fans of, I don't know.
Yeah.
I would not go there personally, but I know some folks in the fan base probably will.
Yeah. Hungry?
Yes, sir.
Always a pleasure. See you next week.
Yes, sir.
Great job, Andrew Smith. Again, you guys are collectively as a sports department catching your breath, getting ready to start media days and high
First
school
media
football.
days are tomorrow. We'll have Tennessee High. I believe my colleague Dave Angi's heading over there to Bristol for that. Daniel Boone's later this week, and yeah, we'll start to get the ball rolling, and before you know it, we'll be kicking this thing off here in just a few weeks.
Oh, absolutely. No question. So appreciate him coming. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. We got more for you live at Chick-fil-A in Johnson City on show number 2532 of the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Collins & Collins & Company. Lots of real estate companies out there, sir. Why should we come to Collins & Company?
We do things a little different, Tom.
Tell us how you do it, sir.
Hey, we're an auction firm and a listing firm, and we help buyers as well. So if you need to auction a home, you need to list your home, or you need to buy a home, give us a call. We can help. Full service auction real estate firm, and we are an estate sale marketing company as well. Personal property, either moving, relocating, downsizing. We do it all. One-stop shop for real estate and auction.
Do it full time, and the closing ratio is 97% of what they list, they sell. Collins & Company.
Yeah.
How do we find you? collinsandcompany.info.
Yep, and get it sold with Collins and Co.
Yep. And the phone number is?
423-543-5741.
One of our great sponsors of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show, David Collins and crew at collinsandcompany.info.
That's right.
Hey, it's your girl Mayani. A little thing that I love about the Chick-fil-A Cobb salad is the chicken. Literally, the nuggets, they smack. When you put those nuggets in the salad, it just brings the salad to life. I'll give it a 10 out of 10.
Hi, I'm Jasmine. And a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A market salad is that the chicken is super juicy and the apples can be a little tangy, also a little sweet as well. So there's just a ton of different flavors. It's just so good.
Axel Steins.
Shines.
Oh, boy. He stopped by again today. We appreciate that. Get him on the screen. How many days to countdown, buddy?
We are 37 days away, folks. 37 days, 6 hours, 53 minutes, and 26 seconds until 2026 Elizabethan Cyclone football.
Oh, boy.
Doggies.
Woo, doggies. You got it. So he is going to be doing the Cyclone Walk.
Yep. Andrew Barnett will be helping out again this year, which I think that's kind of cool.
It is cool.
His second season with the Cyclone Network, my third season with the Cyclone Network.
Yes.
Because we got 6 home games this year.
Yep, we got Isaac and Jacob Fletcher is going to run the cameras this year, and we're getting more guys signing up for this. It's great. So the Fletcher boys will be there running the cameras.
Oh, boy.
It's going to be good, yep.
It's going to be awesome.
You're going to do the Cyclone Network.
Yes.
Yep. And so we're very excited about the whole thing.
Yeah.
If you're out there watching going, what is the Cyclone Walk? Tell them what it's all about.
Yep. So, for some of you new viewers out there, because, you know, we get new viewers all the time.
Yes, we do.
So, the Cyclone Walk, it's where the guys come out of the locker room. I high-five them. Me and Carrie are recording it for the Tom Taylor Sports Show Facebook page.
And you high-five them,
Yes.
the players,
Yeah.
and then the cheerleaders,
And the coaching staff.
and the coaching staff. Yeah, high-five them too.
And we're also celebrating Sean's 20th season as the head coach for the Cyclone program, the head ball coach.
The head ball coach, you better believe it. And so, what is the game against the Hilltoppers? Be game number what? 1-0-2, right?
Whoa.
The 102nd game? Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be our first game of
Our
the
first
year.
game. It'll be the 102nd time we will play Science Hill.
In the Railroad Rumble.
Baby. Then we play Tennessee High. How many times is that one?
90.
This will be our 90th?
Yeah.
Hmm?
At Citizens Bank Stadium this year, because last year I actually went to the Stone Castle.
Did you really? Did you
yeah,
go there?
Yeah.
Did you
And boy, that was a dandy.
That was a dandy, yeah.
Yeah.
You remember the score?
26-21 on a game-winning interception.
You got it. Cyclones won it, held off to win it 26-21.
Yeah, that was our first win of the season right there to go to 1-1. And Tennessee High would fall to 0-2 after that.
You're right. 'cause
Which that's a deceiving start to do, however, yeah.
Yeah, because they lost to Westridge in the rain the week before. And
Yeah, and then they lost to Science Hill to start 0-3, so
Mhm.
yeah. But at least they had a good finish, though.
They had a good finish, yeah.
Yeah.
So this is day number what for me and you? 23, 24?
23 on the
23.
summer road trip.
Summer road.
Unbelievable.
It is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Summer road trip, number
Yeah.
23, he's been with me. So tomorrow, oh yeah, show 'em about that.
So apparently yesterday at all Chick-fil-A's, it was Cow Appreciation Day, as you
It was.
can see on my sticker here.
Yep. He's got on his shirt that says Elizabeth the Cyclone.
Yeah, the Tuffy basketball right there.
Coming to practice, or you've already had practice?
I think there was no practice
Oh, you
today
had a
for
day off?
some reason. Yeah.
That's good. I had a day off. That's
Yeah,
good.
that's good.
So you and your dad are hanging out. Papa
Yeah.
Bear's with you.
Yeah, Papa Bear's with me. He's right over there.
Yep. So Papa Bear, Mama Bear's working.
Yeah, she's watching me at least.
Is she really?
Yeah.
His mama just loves him. So
She's a good peep.
she's a good peep. She's a good peep. Your mom's a good peep. So now what do you guys got going on the rest of the day? What are you gonna do?
Maybe just kind of hang out.
Kind of hang out. Well,
Yeah.
So, so did you see? Have you been to any more movies since Toy Story 5?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was. But you,
Yeah, but I know the Illumination movie Minions and Monsters is still out in theaters.
Mm.
It came out July 1st, like a few weeks ago.
Minions and Monsters. Is that a scary movie?
Nah,
Nah.
it's a funny movie.
Funny movie.
Yeah, like a little comedy movie.
A little comedy movie.
Yeah.
Is it cartoons, Pixar, or real people?
Illumination from Universal Pictures.
So is it real people or is it like Pixar?
It's kind of like Disney Pixar, although like Universal Illumination style.
There you go. I have no clue what he's talking about. So either it's cartoon or real, but it's kind of a little bit of both, I think is what he's saying. So Pixar is definitely cartoons, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
There you go.
Especially for Toy Story 5.
You got it with Jesse and Woody and
Buzz.
and Stinky Pete. Was he in it this time, Stinky Pete? No. Rex? Mr. Potato Head?
Yes.
Do you like Mr. Potato Head?
Yes,
Yeah.
he's kind of funny.
Which one you like? Yeah, which one you like more, Rex or Mr. Potato Head?
Kind of both.
Kind of both, like a
Yeah.
both. All right. Out of Buzz Lightyear and Woody, who do you like there better?
The duo.
You like them?
Yeah.
The duo?
Yeah.
Buzz Lightyear. What's he say?
To infinity and beyond.
There you go. That's good. So he went and saw the movie a couple of weeks ago. So you
With
kick.
Hold Honeycutt.
Yep. And you're getting ready to eat. You're getting ready to get
12 nuggets.
12 nuggets,
2 fries.
two
and a
fries
large sweet
and a large
tea.
sweet tea. Yep. And you're going to go there and get that here in just a
Wolf
second.
it down.
Wolf it down with Papa Bear.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, where we're going to be.
Lingerfield Drug Center with Dr. Eric Carter.
Yep. And then on Friday, where we're going to be.
Food City and Gray. I'm pretty sure Rob will be happy to see me back on Friday.
Everybody's happy to see you.
Yeah.
As soon as you got here today, Stephanie came and gave you a sticker on your shirt.
Yeah. And
It's
I
like-
actually put it in on.
Yeah. It's like traveling with Elvis. Everywhere he goes, everybody knows him. Now, show your war wounds from the, right there. Put that up there. So, he goes to the Splash Country. And so one of the rides, if you come off the mat, which you did,
Slick City. That
Slick
was
City.
Slick City.
So if you
Yeah.
come off Slick City, you can bump up against the wall and kind of scrape yourself, and you did. So
Yeah.
there he is. He has a war wound from Slick City.
Yeah. It's getting there. It's trying to heal
Oh,
up
he'll be
as
all right.
soon
He'll
as
be all right.
enough. Yeah.
You're a tough guy anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're
Yeah.
tough. Love you, buddy.
Love you too, buddy.
Pals for how long?
Forever and ever.
Forever and ever.
And hopefully you can get another one of them.
I'd like to have one more. Yeah.
Yeah. It just depends on if we can go like 10-0 maybe this season. Just depends on if we can beat Science Hill and that green team.
That green team, yep.
Yeah,
like-
because that'll be our toughest games on our schedule this
Yeah.
year.
Well, we got to be ready to play every Friday night. But yeah, Science
Yeah.
Hill will start it. Greenville to end the season. And we got 8 teams in between we got to play good for with too. So
Yeah. And
Axel Stein.
shines.
Oh, boy. I'll see you tomorrow at Lingerfield Drug
I'll
Center.
see you tomorrow at Lingerfield Drug Center with Dr. Eric Carter.
You got it. Go over and get you some lunch, son.
All right.
I love you, buddy.
I love you too. The 24th road trip tomorrow.
Tomorrow. All right, let's take a quick break. We got more to talk about right after this from our good friend David Collins of the Tom Taylor Sports. Collins from Collins and Company. Lots of real estate companies out there, sir. Why should we come to Collins and Company?
We do things a little different, Tom.
Tell us how you do it, sir.
Hey, we're an auction firm and a listing firm, and we help buyers as well. So if you need to auction a home, you need to list your home, or you need to buy a home, give us a call. We can help. Full service auction real estate firm, and we are an estate sale marketing company as well. Personal property, either moving, relocating, downsizing. We do it all. One-stop shop for real estate and auction.
Do it full time, and the closing ratio is 97% of what they list, they sell. Collins and Company.
Yeah.
How do we find you? CollinsandCompany.info.
Yep, and get it sold with Collins and Co.
Yep. And the phone number is
423-543-5741.
one of our great sponsors of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show, David Collins and crew at CollinsandCompany.info.
That's right.
Start thinking stains and painting. You got a full line. Tell us about that.
Oh,
Big
yes.
John's Closeouts.
Yeah, we've got about anything that you might need in your interior painting supplies and stuff of that nature, from either Valspar or the California paint, which used to be many years ago Gray Seal paint. A lot of people remembers that. As far as that nature, we can mix different colors. We've got color charts that you can pick from. We've got your primers if you've got where you've had a water leak or whatever. We've got primers and things that you can put on there so it doesn't bleed through as far as that goes. And of course, we've got all your application items that you might need, from paintbrushes to rollers to everything from Worcester, which is American made pretty much. And so we're very proud of that. You know, a lot of people will be starting to think about getting out on the deck now. It's getting warmer and things of that nature. Not only doing repair work with our full line of treated lumber and other stuff, but thinking about staining. You know, whether you want a semi-transparent, semi-solid, solid color stain. You know, we stock the Cabot line, and we're also bringing in a new line of stain that is a Ready Seal stain, which is almost bulletproof. You just pretty much with their stain product eliminate any brush marks, lap marks with your rollers. It flows, and basically you get an almost foolproof finish with that Ready Seal stain. We'll have about 6 to 8 colors in stock probably within the next 2 weeks of that. And so we're very excited about having that. That's going to be our newest line that we're adding.
It's awesome. It's all available. Big John's Closeouts here in Elizabethton. The hours are open, sir.
7:30 to 6 Monday through Friday, 8 to 4 on Saturday.
And how can we find you to find out more on social media?
BigJohnsCloseouts.com. You can also email us at experts@BigJohnsCloseouts.com or give us a call at 542-4755.
Well, we're great sponsors of the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Cyclone Sports. Be loyal, buy local at Big John's Closeouts here in Elizabethton. And back with the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thanks for being with us. We are live at Chick-fil-A in Johnson City on a hot July 15th, celebrating the birthday of Linda Ronstadt. She can no longer sing because of Parkinson's disease, but Linda Ronstadt is 80 years old today. Also, Jesse Ventura, who was in the wrestling ring for many years and former governor of the state of Minnesota, 75 today. Then Mike Shannon. Mike Shannon, who played for the St. Louis Cardinals on the broadcast team, is 87 today. So those are the birthdays for this Wednesday, July the 15th. If you don't have a church home, come worship with us tonight. We'll be at Pleasant Beach Baptist Church starting at 7 o'clock. Kids will be back in the gym. The Bobby Stout Family Life Center. And they'll be there with the Master Clubs tonight. And then we'll have prayer meeting at 7 in the sanctuary. If you don't have a church home, come worship with us. And a lot of folks are coming. A lot of folks are joining. We're very excited about that. Lord's blessing our church. All right, the in-season challenge going on right now with NASCAR. Drivers, this is a 32-driver single elimination tournament, $1 million to the winner. Drivers are seated based on the point positions entering the challenge and go head-to-head across 5 races. The champion will be crowned next month in Indianapolis Motor Speedway at the Brickyard. How do you advance a driver with a better finishing position in that race that they're in? We'll move on to the next round. So, this week, you're down to the semifinals, and it's going to be a good one. Number 3, Ryan Blaney, is number 10, Christopher Bale. Winner of this goes to the championship, a chance to win $1 million. So, it's the first points-paying race in North Wilkesboro since 1996. So, none of the current drivers have ever won in North Wilkesboro. But they have been on the track. So, Christopher Bale, 6 of his 13 Cup victories are at short tracks. He won the exhibition last year, the All-Star race. Blaney has 6 short track wins and 3 All-Star events in North Wilkesboro. Blaney has two top 10s. So these two guys like that track, and so they'll be there on the in-season challenge this weekend in North Wilkesboro, and a chance to, punch the ticket for the first winner on the track since 1996. I think it's awesome they're going back to North Wilkesboro. I think that'll get Rockingham back on the circuit too on a regular basis, but we'll start with North Wilkesboro. It took a while. It took them 2 decades to turn that around, and they did. 38 different drivers have won an event in North Wilkesboro. Track opened up. It's pretty cool. It was a track that was built, located in Wilkes County, North Carolina, which is not that far from here. You get over there in a couple of hours. Moonshine capital of the world. Enoch Stanley and his partners built it back in 1947. Originally built as a dirt track, it's unique in its layout. A downhill front stretch, going downhill, an uphill backstretch of sorts, and 14-degree banking. Creates challenging racing unlike any other short tracks. That's North Wilkesboro. That's where they're going to be this weekend. The track qualifying record is 18 seconds back in 94 by Ernie Irvin, Swervin' Irvin. So that's what's going on. The all-time wins leader, as you would expect, would be Richard Petty the King with 15 wins at North Wilkesboro. So anyway, they will race this weekend, the first race on the track for the current drivers and any driver since 1996, which I think is pretty cool. So that's what they got going on this weekend in North Wilkesboro. I got some kid back here just screaming. It's been going on about 5 or 6 minutes. When I was growing up, you didn't get that long. I can tell you. You had about a 30-second window. You better dry it up. And hearing back you're squalling, and that's okay. It is what it is. Now, staying with NASCAR for a minute, Zane Smith and Carson Hocevar. Zane Smith says, I don't like this guy. In fact, I hate him. A little strong, but he does. He said, I just don't like him. He said, as a matter of fact, I just hate to be on the track with him. I think we both understand where we're at with everything, but it doesn't change how much he dislikes me, how much I dislike him. So that's an added bonus. And see, I like that. NASCAR has always had a bad guy, always had a villain down through the years that everybody didn't like. And at one point, it became Darrell Waltrip, who won 12 races in a row at Bristol. The guy dominated the series, and so it reached a point a lot of folks didn't like Waltrip. Plus, he was cocky and brash, but he could back it up. Back when I was a track announcer at the Speedway, for many years, Jimmy Spencer was kind of the villain. And, of course, the late Kyle Busch was as well. So now, the point of all this is you got controversy getting stirred up between Carson Hocevar and Zane Smith. Now, a lot of the old-timers, I just went blank. Ken Schrader, watched him the other night, and he and Tommy Houston both came out and said, which are former drivers, still in the sport, but ex-drivers, former drivers, said that his driving style is very much akin to Dale Sr. So anyway, Carson Hocevar and Zane Smith, they ain't getting along. They probably won't be getting Christmas gifts one for another, I would not think. So anyway, so there'll be a little added drama going to North Wilkesboro this weekend for that race. A public celebration of the life of Kyle Busch will be in October the 9th, to be exact, at Charlotte Motor Speedway. So they're going to do that, and well put that they will, to celebrate the life of the late Kyle Busch on October the 9th in Charlotte at Charlotte Motor Speedway. All right, for the race this weekend, Rusty Wallace named the Grand Marshal. The race sponsor is the Window World 450 at North Wilkesboro. So Rusty Wallace will be there as the Grand Marshal, which is pretty cool. So he obviously he get tool race cards, to say the least. So anyway, he'll be there to do that. The standings going into the racing at North Wilkesboro this weekend. I like that track. Wish I could get over there to watch it, but I can't. So you have a downhill front stretch, and you have an uphill back stretch. Now, we're not talking straight up, but there is an incline of sorts. So that makes for some really cool racing. I love tracks with personality. Thus, the best one, of course, on the circuit is Bristol Motor Speedway. All right, Denny Hamlin. By the way, they'll be there in September for the chase. Denny Hamlin leads it right now. He has already clinched a spot. He's in. He and Tyler Reddick are in the chase, racing for a championship. So they're already nailed it down. Third right now in points, Ryan Blaney. Ty Gibbs fourth. Fifth, Chase Elliott. Sixth is Kyle Larson. Seventh is Chris Buescher. Carson Hocevar is 8th. 9th is Christopher Bell. Chase Briscoe is 10th. Daniel Suarez is 11th. 12th is William Byron. 13th is Bubba Wallace. Austin Cindric is 14th. Shane Van Gisbergen is 15th. And Eric Jones is 16th. Outside looking in, trying to get into the chase, and you're running out of time now. You're down to, after Sunday, will be 6 races left. So Joey Logano, Ryan Preece, Brad Keselowski, and Ross Chastain on the outside looking in for the racing to get into the playoffs. All right, coming up this weekend in downtown Elizabethton on July the 25th. On Saturday will be the Bullseye Band in concert, which will be pretty cool. They're a good group. I've heard them before, the Bullseye Band. They play a lot of country covers, some southern rock and roll covers, and they're a pretty tight group. The Bullseye Band on Saturday, free concert down to the Cover Bridge Jams in downtown Elizabethton. We told you earlier in the show what's going to be coming up next week, the entertainment at FunFest. On Thursday of next week will be Jeremy Camp and Katie Nicole. On Friday of next week will be Daughtry. Hope I'm saying that right. D-A-U-H-T-R-Y, Daughtry and Switchfoot. And the next Saturday, the 25th, will be Brothers Osborne and Leanne Rimes. That'll be your concert lineup for the FunFest 2026. Jeremy Camp, Katie Nicole on Thursday, Daughtry, Switchfoot next Friday in Kingsport. Next Saturday will be Brothers Osborne and Leanne Rimes. So there you go. That's your musical lineup. The fair is coming up next month. We'll tell you about that a little close to the fair. They've already announced it. So coming up on Saturday, we're going to be a part of this. Get to MC it for I don't know how many years we've done it. We've done it for a long time. Love it. Crazy Eights Road Race in Kingsport. There'll be 2,000 or 3,000 runners over there and walkers. We're looking forward to being around it. And so Andrew and Tristan Colley, husband and wife tandem, won the men's and women's races last year in Kingsport. This year, the Crazy Eights have been selected by USA Track and Field to host the USA Track and Field 8-kilometer championship for men and women, the national championship. Woo! So, and Andrew and Tristan, hubby and wife, return as defending champs. Be coming up this Saturday at J. Fred Johnson Stadium. The home of Dobbins Bennett. That's where it's going to be, of course. So that'll be coming up this weekend. Going to be a great night. Fun night. All kinds of cool things going on. They have all kinds of racing. In addition to the 8K run, Crazy Eights also has the Little H Youth Field Day with age-appropriate distances ranging from 100 to 600 yards. Special eights for the special needs children, which is an awesome event. And the Eastman Credit Union Almost Crazy 3K Run Walk. So, now, back to the special eights. They line them up on the goal line underneath the scoreboard at J. Fred Johnson Stadium. They have a chute. And that's probably wide as this room right here. You got the fans lining both sides of the chute, as they call it, or runway, whatever you want to call it. And so they come running or in a wheelchair, on crutches, whatever they can do to get to the other end. And the fans cheer them on, and these kids eat this up. The parents eat it up. Some of them are with them to assist them. And the place goes bananas. It's awesome. You always walk away thinking after you watch those kids, I don't have any problems. You know, it's just a special event. And we'll be there Saturday to help MC that. Looking forward to it. By the way, if you know longtime coach here in our area, Randy Farrell, Plowboy Farmer Award, he played at Science Hill. He played at Science Hill, coached at Science Hill. He's been most recently at Happy Valley. If you would say a prayer for Randy Farrell, he's got some pretty serious health issues, and so I don't think he would care for me to say, please say a prayer for Coach Farrell. So Randy Farrell, Coach Farrell needs our prayers. So if you're of a praying sort, we would ask you to fire one up for Coach Randy Farrell, or more than one. So he needs some prayer. He's got some pretty serious health issues, I was told this morning. All right, let's give you the verse today. We always dedicate our show to the man that hung on the cross. With God, nothing is impossible, because he is the King of Kings and Lord of Lords, the first and the last, the beginning and the end, the Alpha and the Omega. Praise his name. You got it. Jeremiah 32:27 says, I am the Lord, the God of all mankind. Is anything too hard for me? Now, let me read that again. Jeremiah 32:27. I am the Lord, the God of all mankind. Is anything too hard for me? The answer is unequivocally, absolutely not. He's God. He can do anything. Is anything too hard for me? No. We put him in a box sometimes, compartmentalize him. No, he can do anything. The problems we face are opportunities for the Lord Jesus to prove that he can do whatever we can't do. Thank you, Lord. And that's exactly right. The problems we face are opportunities for the Lord Jesus to prove that he does whatever we can't do. Read that verse one more time. It's awesome. Jeremiah 32:27. I am the Lord, the God of all mankind. Is anything too hard for me? Wow. Where's the bell? That's the verse today. All right, after this weekend NASCAR, they'll head off to Indianapolis to wrap it up with the month of July with the Brickyard. August 2nd weekend, they're off. Then they come back to wrap up the regular season. August 9th, NASCAR will be in Iowa at the Speedway for the Iowa Corn 350. On Saturday evening in Richmond at the Cookout 400. August the 23rd, they'll go to New Hampshire, the Dollar Tree 301. And they'll wrap up the regular season in Daytona. On August the 29th, the Coke Zero Sugar 400. And then the chase begins, including a stop in September at the best track in NASCAR. No question. Bristol Motor Speedway. I mean, it is dynamite track. and you look at all these others, and they all have their own merit and their own value, certainly. But for a fan appeal and best seat in the house, because there is no bad seats in the house of Bristol, no question. Beating and banging on the racing, best track on the circuit is Bristol Motor Speedway, bar none. And I'd argue that with anybody else at any other track wants to argue that point. Good luck. Come talk to me about it, because I'm telling you, it's the best. Bristol Motor Speedway. Hello, Mr. Clark. How you doing, lady? Thank you for being with us. Now, we're going to be at Food City on Friday, but we would ask you to please do shop at any Food City, anywhere in the chain. Put down $1, $3, or $5 to help the paralyzed veterans of America. They deserve it. They got hurt, in this case paralyzed, in the line of duty, protecting yours and my freedoms. So we need to help them. We need to help them out. You just gave $1 when you shopped at Food City at the end of your shopping experience, or $3 or $5. All the money stays local. $4.5 million they have raised since 2011 for paralyzed veterans of America. $4.5 million. That's a chunk of change, folks, helping these folks get back to work, get the benefits they deserve because they got hurt defending us in the line of duty. So if you get a chance when you're shopping at Food City now to the end of the month, please consider giving, as I said, $1, $3, or $5, what you can afford. And you know what? For all they've done for us, everyone else can afford $1. I mean, really? $1 to help the paralyzed veterans of America, and all the money stays local. Well, thank you for that. We'll be at Food City in Gray on Friday. All right, quick break. We got more sports. Don't go away. We'll be right back after this on the Tom Taylor Sports Show for the Eagle Center. The Eagle Center, downtown Elizabethton, great antique store. Why come shop at the Eagle Center?
We just have so many unique things that tell a story, that add character to your home and conversation, and there's something new to look at every single day. Every time you come in, you won't see the same thing twice, and it's just a good place to shop for those unique gifts.
What's the saying you always use, the cliche?
Things tell a story when people no longer can.
That's it.
We have a building full of things that are just dying to tell stories.
Absolutely. 2 floors, over 50 vendors. Hours are open.
We're open 10 to 5, Monday through Saturday.
Closed on Sundays for the Lord's Day.
That's right.
And you have gift cards too, right?
We have gift cards available.
Yep. The Eagle Center, downtown Elizabeth, one of our great sponsors here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Cyclone Sports. Be loyal, buy local, and shop at the Eagle Center in downtown Elizabethton.
Thank you, Tom.
Aaron Kaiser, from Physical Therapy Services. So one of the things you guys treat is fibromyalgia. Tell me about that.
Yeah. So a lot of times the best thing that you can do for people that have fibromyalgia is get them moving in a comfortable way that they feel safe and that they feel comfortable and like they have control of the situation. So we have the anti-gravity treadmill, the Alter G, where we can offload them, get them moving. We have the new step, which they like because they're not full weight bearing. They can adjust that. And overall, just patient education, teaching them how to move in that pain-free or that more comfortable way for them.
Yeah, good stuff. They offer a lot of services of physical therapy services. How do we find you on social media?
Facebook, we have an ortho clinic that has a Facebook page, and then a pediatric clinic that has a Facebook page.
They've been with us since day one. Proud sponsors. I love promoting these folks. Again, Dr. Danny, Dr. Justin Smith, Dr. Sylvester, Dr. Aaron, and all the other great folks. Sponsors of the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Cyclone Sports Physical Therapy Services. Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, hello, Jeremy McDuffie. See the countdown, 37 days, 6 hours, and 24 minutes to Cyclone football. Get to call out William McDuffie's name. Can't wait. He's back there in that stable of running backs, McDuffie and C.J. Mathis and Legend Pate. Had the 7-on-7 last night. Story of my life. I was in a meeting, got out of the meeting. I thought, I'm going to rock it over there and catch the last half of the 7-on-7. God is my witness. I pulled up in the parking lot to get out. Here they all come out. It's over with. I missed it. Story of my life. So they'll have another one tomorrow night down in Greenville. I think that one's still on. I'll double check. So they'll go with put on shoulder pads starting on Monday. Then the following week go full. So pads on Monday, and then a week from Monday, which would be the 27th. Is that right? Yeah, that would be when they put on everything and start being able to hit and tackle. So, all right, World Cup today. It's England and Argentina. Messier has never played against England. 3 o'clock at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. So they'll play the winner of Spain for the championship on Sunday in the Meadowlands in New Jersey. So the World Cup today at 3 o'clock. See how that one goes. I asked a lot of people, what do you think? A lot of them said, Americans out, we don't care. So, but soccer fans do. It should be a good one today. England and Argentina at 3 o'clock. All right, the college football playoff has announced their dates and bowl sites. Coming up, first quarterfinal game of the 2026 season will be played on December the 30th instead of New Year's Eve. So next year coming up, it will be, let's see where it's going to be. Let me double check here. First quarterfinal game, December the 30th. The Rose Bowl wants to keep its preferred January 1st time slot. It will not host a semifinal game over the next 6 seasons. So I'm trying to see where it's going to be this year. National championship locations will be Las Vegas, New Orleans, and Tampa over the next 3 years. So anyway, they've announced it. I'm trying to see where they've not, but they didn't put out this year's. It's kind of crazy. I'm just not catching it. Nope. It starts on the sheet with 2028. So, anyway, but they have announced it. National championship sites will be next year will be in Las Vegas, 2028 in New Orleans, and 2029 in Tampa. So, here you go for that. All right. Women's college basketball. Kind of hopping around here. Beginning next year, the NCAA women's basketball tournament. Top 16 teams will be placed in the bracket in their true ranking, regardless of conference affiliation. So there again, it's a change. We're just going to do away with the conferences. We're going to put you in as you're seated. In the past, top 4 teams in women's basketball in the conference would be placed in different regions to protect them from playing each other until the Final Four. That's not going to be the case now. Now, if that happened going forward, the teams would remain where their seats should have them. So the men's selection committee will still separate out the top 4 seeds in each conference and put them in different regions. The women will not. So the women's tournament has started giving financial incentives, which are called units, to teams for each round they advance in the tournament for the past 2 seasons. So that's interesting. I didn't know that. So they're getting paid to do it based on your seedings. Right, in the past, top 4 teams in the conference would be placed in different regions. Now it's no longer going to be the case for women's basketball. Top 16 teams will be placed in a bracket in the true ranking regardless of conference affiliation. So you may play a team in your conference pretty quickly in the tournament if it comes down to that, which I find, to say the least, very interesting. But, I just read it and report it. I don't regulate nor do I make the decisions because of it. Let's take a look before we get out of here. Let's see. Coming up tomorrow, Mr. Baseball is going to join us. He'll be with us tomorrow from Lingerfield Drug Center. Jeff Birchfield, normally here on Wednesday, will be with us on Friday from Food City in Gray. So we'll have those guys on this week just on different days. Jeff, as a matter of fact, is down, where's it at? Spartanburg, Greenville, for the Southern Conference Football Media Days today. That's where he's at. And Greg's working, I think he told me. So, all right, so let's go Friday. Baseball, who's going to be playing? Got some really good series open up Friday. So you have Tampa Bay and Boston, Rays and the Red Sox, hottest team in baseball. Red Sox won 9 in a row. Before the break, they'll be in Fenway. The Dodgers will be in Yankee Stadium. Sasaki against Garrett Cole. That's going to be a good one on Friday night. Pittsburgh and Cleveland. Tampa Bay and Boston, as we said, they're playing a doubleheader on Friday. So right out of the chute, the Red Sox have really make some noise. They're bearing down on the Marlins and the Yankees, chasing the Rays. White Sox will be in Toronto, Texas, and Atlanta. Jacob deGrom for the Rangers and Chris Sale will go for the Atlanta Braves. Miami and Milwaukee. Minnesota will be in Chicago to battle the Cubs. Baltimore and Houston's Friday night. San Diego picking back up after the All-Star break. Padres will be in Kansas City. You have the Reds will be in Colorado, and Detroit will be in L.A. to battle the Angels. Washington will be against the Athletics in California. San Francisco will take on Seattle in Seattle, and the Cardinals will be in Arizona. That's your schedule for Friday night in Major League Baseball. So, going to heat back up. Got some good races. Really good races, as a matter of fact. So, let's see. Trying to see if any. Oh, yeah. This is pretty interesting. This is another landmark move. Check this out. Auburn players. This just broke here about an hour ago. Actually, right before the show went on, so a little bit longer than an hour. But anyway, Auburn players. College football has never paid players to play in a neutral site game until now. So here we go. Auburn expected to share roughly $6 million with players in a groundbreaking NIL deal, tied to the program's appearance in the Aflac kickoff game against Baylor on September the 5th. The money will be distributed among up to 24 Auburn players under a guarantee model that includes marketing commitments and promotional appearances. Players will also be paid through a revenue-sharing component tied directly to the game's ticket sales. First time a neutral site college football game has incorporated NIL compensation for players. So $6 million among 24 players. Let's see what that's going to be here. See if I guess my phone will do that. Calculator. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There you go. $6 million. 6 zeros. Divided by 24 players. Yeah. Now listen to this. Is this not the most, okay. It's not bizarre, Tom. It's happening, buddy. You need to get out underneath that rock and see what's going on in the world. So each one of these 24 Auburn's players on September the 5th against Baylor is going to get $250,000 for one game. Now, I don't know if it'll be evenly distributed or some will get more than others, but if they average it out to every player on the Auburn team, September the 5th, the Aflac kickoff game against Baylor, I don't think Baylor's getting anything. This is a deal they cut with Auburn. The War Eagles and the Tigers will get $250,000 apiece. $250,000 apiece. Unbelievable. There are some people watching this show, I would dare say a large percentage of the people watching this show have never made, nor will ever make $250,000 in their lifetime, let alone one ball game. Hard to believe, but that's what's going to happen. The Aflac Kickoff Bowl, September the 5th, Auburn and Baylor. Aflac is kicking them $6 million divided by 24 Auburn players. Comes out an average, as we said, of, unbelievably so, $250,000 a player for one game in college sports. It's not college anymore, folks. It is a professional, it's a spinoff, quite frankly. It's a minor league in the NFL is what it is. So, hello, Becky Porch. How you doing, dear? Miss talking to you. So anyway, college sports, amateur, blow it out the window. There's not a chance. So anyway, if you just missed it, Aflac Kickoff Bowl, September the 5th. Auburn and Baylor. Aflac's going to pay Auburn's players. There's 24 of them. They will spread out $6 million per player. On the average, they'll get $250,000 a player for one game in college sports. All right. We gave you yesterday, what did we give you? Gave you Granger. Today, let's go back a couple of years ago. Get you ready, 37 days to kickoff. Let's go back 2 years ago to highlights in the Sullivan East football game. Cyclones won it. And so we are going back down memory lane, playing some games. Here's a quick video clip, like a 2-minute package, highlight package of the game against Sullivan East 2 years ago on the Tom Taylor Sports.
If you missed Monday's 43-6 win over Sullivan East, you missed the Cyclone football highlights, brought to you by Brummett Sports in downtown Elizabethton.
First and goal from the 3. Cyclones knocking on the door in the opening drive here. We played less than 2 minutes of football. Slagle on the keeper. He'll go in untouched. Touchdown, Cyclones. Touchdown, Rhett Slagle from 3 yards out.
That's a great series right there. You take less than 2 minutes off the clock. They're running a play about every 15 or 16 seconds, even including it getting set. That's what they needed was a fast
8-0
start.
Cyclones in the red zone. Hand off to Wallen again. Another dose down inside Wallen. He'll pound it inside to get it. And he did. Touchdown Cyclones. Touchdown Justice Wallen for Elizabethton.
Nice job avoiding that first would-be tackler. Made a nice cut and then hit the seam really hard. Good job up front. Good job by the offensive line and by Wallen.
Clock 6:07 to go first quarter. 15-0. Cyclones 3rd and goal from the 6. Slagle, single setback, rolls his way red, looking, comes pressure, avoids the tackle, looking, he's going to run it, and he's going to go in, and he'll barrel him down. Holy smokes, touchdown Cyclones, touchdown Rhett Slagle. Take a little dose of that, would you? Holy smokes, Slagle absolutely obliterated number 4, Gabe Johnson. He's okay. That's his football, but Rhett Slagle laid that right shoulder into him, Coach. Touchdown, Slagle. Touchdown, Cyclones.
Oh, for a second, I thought he was trying to time his steps to try to leapfrog him, but he fooled me. Again, that's just a determined run. You just don't expect that sometimes out of a quarterback. That's a great job. Great job avoiding the tackler, too.
1st and goal from the 3. Knocking on the door at the 38-second mark in the period. Hands off to the Train. Jay's in there. Touchdown Cyclones, touchdown the J-Train. Number 6 of the season for the J-Train from 3 yards out.
Hard to stop that close in, running that hard. Good job. He really didn't want to touch till he got to the goal line. Great job by the guys.
Hands off CJ, down inside, touchdown. Cyclones with authority, touchdown CJ Mathis. His 3rd touchdown of the season, and Mathis from 4 yards out of the 7:54 mark to go in the first half makes it a 35-0 Cyclone. Here's the Train. J-Train to the 15. He's at the 10. He's at the 5. He may go in. Touchdown. Cyclones touchdown the J-Train. From 18 yards out, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And he did it with authority. Holy smokes. The locomotive. And the Cyclones' 18-yard run by the J-Train puts it out now to a 42-0 third quarter Cyclones. Running clock at 3:33. They'll stop it on the touchdown.
Tune in this Friday night for another exciting night of Elizabethton Cyclone football here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show Facebook page and on YouTube. Go Fighting Cyclones!
Here's Stanfield Thomas and Associates, Miss Autumn. So tell folks what STA is all about.
So at STA we do business tax, individual tax, bookkeeping, and payroll. We specialize in QuickBooks. We do offer QuickBooks training, and we have a QuickBooks Pro Advisor, which is Crystal. She's the owner. She can help with the software, training, inventory cleanup, file setup, and payroll reports. We also do month end, which includes reconciling. So yeah, we do a lot.
Do what you do best. Let us do the rest. It's a great, great slogan. Phone number, how do we get a hold of you?
423-968-9112 or at statax.com.
Where do we find you on social media?
You can find us at Stanfield Thomas and Associates on Facebook.
There you go. One of our great sponsors, Stanfield Thomas and Associates of the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Elizabethton Cyclone Football. And back at the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thanks for being with us. Don't forget there's an auction going on. You can bid on Rats Now. Online bidding for this home in Bristol at Lick Branch Estates on Maple Tree Drive. It's a beautiful home on 2 acres, 5 bedrooms. Here is a picture. Go to the website collinsandcompany.info to check it out for yourself. You can bid on it right now. There's an online auction on Saturday to decide who's going to get it. But you can bid now. And then Saturday, the live bidding will be at 10 o'clock. 209 Maple Tree Drive in Bristol. So there's that going on. You also have right now over 600 lots to bid on. Closes today at 6 o'clock. You run out of time to do it. You got yourself about 5 hours, less than 5 hours to bid on all the items here. Gene Grindstaff spent a decade as U.S. Secret Service officer and a dedicated collector. Everything's out there. Classic car, antique furniture, rare collectibles. Over 600 lots you can bid on. Closes at, what do we say, at 6 o'clock today. Go to the website, collinsandcompany.info. Make a last-minute bid, see if you can win it. There you go. Bid on some of the items there, all the items, whatever. That's going on again, as we said, through 5 o'clock today. All right? All righty. So, again, the World Cup, as we told you, going to go at 3 o'clock. England and Argentina at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. Then Saturday, France will play the loser today for third place. Then Sunday, Spain will take on the winner in New Jersey for the 2026 World Cup. So, there you go. That's going to do it. Let's give you the verse today one more time. We always dedicate our broadcast to the man who hung on the cross. A lot of folks out there doing a lot of things right now. If you know Coach Randy Farrell, if you don't know Randy Farrell, legendary athlete and coach at Science Hill and at Happy Valley, please say a prayer for him. He has some serious medical situations going on, and he needs our prayers. So, all right, here it is, the verse of the day out of the book of Jeremiah. I am the Lord, the God of all mankind. Is anything too hard for me? And the answer is unequivocally, absolutely not. With God, nothing is impossible because he is the King of kings, the Lord of lords, the first and last, the beginning and the end, the Alpha and the Omega. The problems we face are opportunities for the Lord to prove that he does whatever we can't do. I love it. So the problems we face are opportunities for the Lord Jesus to prove that he does whatever we can't do. Thank you, Lord. Jeremiah 32:27, one more time. I am the Lord, the God of all mankind. Is anything too hard for me? Good way to end it. Thanks for watching the show. Andrew Smith and Axel Stein Shines were here today. Back tomorrow at Lingerfield Drug Center. We'll be joined tomorrow by, you got them lined up tomorrow. Mr. Baseball will be there tomorrow. Greg Siger is going to talk. We're going to kick off the second half of the season. It starts on Friday. Tomorrow night, the Mets in Philadelphia, but then everybody else cranks up on Friday. We'll take a look at the second half of the season. We'll be there along with, of course, Dr. Ed Carter tomorrow. And as we said, Greg Salyer and Mr. Baseball got some other guests lined up to go too. So thanks for watching. Be sure if you're in Johnson City, stop by here. Chick-fil-A on People Street here in Johnson City. It's our favorite Chick-fil-A in the city. So come here and hang out with us. And if you can't, come through the drive-thru, 2-lane drive-thru, or go on your phone app, put Chick-fil-A 1 on your phone. Order it that way, and they'll bring it out to the curb to you. And then ultimately, when you do that, you'll end up getting free food at some point. And you can't beat. Anytime's a good time to get free food, no question, especially when it's from Chick-fil-A. Hey, thanks for watching. Back with you tomorrow. Again, our countdown to Elizabethton Cyclone football, 37 days, 6 hours, 5 minutes, and 32 seconds, and clicking them off. Won't be that long. Cyclone football. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.